Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and you're watching Kelly Plays Clash, and I'd like to officially welcome you to the first brackets of the Challenger Tournament. I know everyone has been waiting so long for this, so I'm so excited to finally get this show on the road. We will be watching bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3, and bracket 4 in this video, so without further ado, let's get straight into bracket 1. Alright everyone, welcome officially to bracket number 1 of the Challenger Tournament here. At the top, we've got Troublemaker, aka John. He's from the United States, he's got 9,600 trophies, and he's been playing for over 4 years. At the bottom here, you've got Kenny CR. He's also from the United States, he's got 9,800 trophies, and he's been playing for over 5 years. So I think this is a pretty great matchup going into bracket 1 of the Challenger Tournament. We've got some Cannoneer Towers from John up in the left, and of course some classic Princess Towers from Kenny with a pretty cool tower skin if you ask me. Obviously we see an interaction with the Bomb Tower and the Hog Rider, which I think was pretty common and I saw a lot at the CR Worlds this weekend, and so I'm excited. Suspicious Bush is one of the cards in John's deck, which I believe we haven't seen much of or at all so far in our tournaments in any of the three, so I'm really excited to see that. I love watching the Challenger Tournament, and I'm really excited because I made sure to get battles within like different ranges. So you'll have people where, like in bracket 1, they have almost 10,000 trophies, but we're also going to see some battles of like 8,000, 7,000, 6,000 and how that's going to work out. I am very interested to see how John is going to take that damage looking into overtime if they make it there, just because you guys know like Cannoneer Towers, they just start off with less health than Princess Towers, right? And so you get that trade-off of doing a lot of explosive damage, but you lose, like you're kind of at a disadvantage of almost 500 points off. So let's see. We've got Suspicious Bush making it to the tower with a Hog. We've got some Evil Skellies here that do multiply a bit, but the Hog does get like 1 or 2 hits, and unfortunately the Log took out that Evo Skeleton. Bomb Tower is going to clear the Witch, but both players have an Evil readied up. That's a Suspicious Bush. I think that's going to get cleared off by the Bomb Tower, so Kenny shouldn't be worried too much. And oh my gosh, I didn't even notice the amount of damage difference right now. Kenny's only got 1,400 left on his bottom left tower, whereas John is still staying very strong with 2k. Is the Hog Rider going to make it? Nope, we've got a last minute Bomb Tower, and we have a Barbarian Hut to distract the archers for a little bit. Archers are going to make a little bit on the tower, and we do have an Evil Witch coming down with a Log to take care of the Musketeer as majority of the health. Ooh, interesting redirect by Kenny here using the Bomb Tower so the Musketeer stays alive, and it's going to do some damage on the Hog, but Hog does manage to get 1 hit, almost 2. Lots of like spam cards coming from John. He's got a pretty quick cycle here with a bunch of like low elixir cards, and we've got a balloon going from Kenny, and we're now entering into overtime officially. Just 6,679 health for Kenny over here, and John is still sitting tight with over 1,500. So let's see what we're gonna do. John does have his Evil Witch up. We do have a Hog going over there, getting hit by both towers. Suspicious Bush to follow up on that Bomb Tower. That should take care of it. I am a bit nervous because Kenny has a big gap to fill. It's 1,000 health points in less than a minute. And obviously John is just spamming the heck out of these Hog Riders, and that's going to be very difficult for Kenny because the only thing he can defend is really the Bomb Tower, which is hard to cycle sometimes. So we do have an Evo Witch. Musketeer does finally lock onto it, but he's also cycling these witches like crazy, and you guys already know the Evil Witch is like still so broken. Even though they nerfed it, I still think it's really broken. So let's see what we do. Hog is going down. He does not, Kenny does not have the Bomb Tower in cycle, and so the Hog Rider gets 1 hit. 280 versus 1,290. Miner is going to get a couple hits, but that's not enough damage per second to get Kenny in enough of a gap. We do have the Musketeer focusing on that Hog Rider, which gets redirected to the skeletons. And unfortunately, Evo Witch is just going to be problematic. We have 30 seconds of overtime left. There's still a huge difference, and I'm getting really nervous for Kenny here. He looks like he's switching lanes to the right. We've got a balloon going down with a Miner doing damage. the witch is taken out, and he forces out an evil witch from John on the right side, which I think was actually a pretty good strategy because you do not want that on your left. And there we go, Kenny is going with another balloon on the left, followed by the evil skeletons. They're multiplying, they get logged out, but one skeleton, oh my gosh, and the bomb hits it. Miner is doing damage. Oh my gosh, no way, and the vines. Wow. And there you guys go. What an insane comeback from Kenny here. 83 HP to cut it off. And thank you so much to John for playing, but oh my gosh, Kenny he had such a big gap the entire game, he just somehow came back. So congratulations to Kenny CR for moving on to the next round, and I'll see you guys in bracket number 2. Alright everyone, welcome to bracket number 2 of the Challenger Tournament here in my favorite arena, the Pancakes Arena. At the top here, we've got Nathan with a personal best of 8,800 trophies, and he's been playing for over 7 years. At the bottom here, we've got Krubs with a Z, also topping off personal best at 8,800 trophies at the time of registering for the tournament, and he's been playing for over 4 years. These two are both from North America, so I'm very excited to see this battle here. We've got a crazy balloon at the start, hitting one bomb and exploding on Krub's right tower. We've got a musketeer going though. I think he gets 2 hits, so that's amazing. These two I think are perfectly matched in terms of trophy bests, so we have both of them topping off at exactly around the same area, 8,800 trophies, which I think gives a lot of interesting, like, different contrast, because as you guys probably saw from the Elite tournament as well, we're in a different ball game here, right? I still remember like yesterday that I was enjoying myself every single battle in the Pancakes Arena. It's the best arena. Anyone is welcome to debate me, but we've got a classic Lumberloon going from Nathan with the evil Lumberjack as well. We've got evil bats going. Vines it though. Didn't vines all of the bats, but it still gets a good amount of damage. I feel like Nathan maybe got a bit too carried away with that push, and now we have the evil bats doing absolute work, eating up Nathan's tower on the left. Looking a bit brutal, but the good thing we know about Nathan is he's very symmetrical because he's got exactly 2,097 damage left on both of the towers here from Krub. Alright, we've got some skeletons going down. We've got 13 cards played against 17. We are missing 2 cards from Krub though, so I have no idea what those 2 cards are. We've got a Dark Goblin to kill that cannon. Are we expecting a push on the left? Yes, we are. Is the Dark Goblin able to... Wow, Mega Knight here. Is it going to be an Evo? Perfect. At least it's an Evo Mega Knight. And Krub does not have vines to pull down that balloon. The Musketeer is going to take it away. He does vine the Musketeer and the tower. That's insane. And that's a good push for Nathan right there. We have 500 left damage on the left. Is Nathan able to push that in the next 20 seconds before we go into finishing up? We do have the Mega Knight though on the right, which is a bit unfortunate. I think he will be getting the tower on the left, but at what cost? Is he able to defend the Mega Knight? Okay, there we go. A bit intense here because the push is very different. We are going into overtime now, but Nathan only has 400 health left on his right tower, so he's really gonna have to defend with his life here. We do have bats coming, evil bats, which did cost him the tower on the left before. We've got a Mega Knight going down, a Lumberjack going down as well. We're panicking here to make sure that we are defending it, and there you go. That's a Mega Knight win from Krub. There you go. So congratulations to Krub. You are moving on to the next round in the Challenger Tournament. And a big thank you to Nathan for playing as well. I thought that was a pretty intense, pretty quick battle compared to the other ones. So thank you both so much for playing. And good luck to Krub in the next round. Alright everyone, welcome to bracket number 3 of the Challenger Tournament here. At the top, we've got Dalton at 7,800 personal best trophies on Trophy Road. And at the bottom here, we've got Wilson that is also topping out at 7,800 trophies as a personal best on Trophy Road. Wilson has played for over 4 years and Dalton has played for over 6. So I think this is a pretty good matchup right here for bracket number 3 of the Challenger Tournament. These two are going to be doing a mega draft showdown, so you already know there's more risk, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward. I'm a bit nervous for this because these two were hyping each other in the chat. I've been told that they have turned off their emojis, so you already know it's getting serious. Wilson also said he's got some hype music on, so these two are definitely ready for this battle. I'm very excited. They're both from North America, so the time zone was great for me. As you guys can see, I'm looking a little run down. That's because I just kind of woke up a couple hours ago and these two decided they were ready to play, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get it over with. I will be going to work later tonight after filming this for a really long shift, so what better than to watch a classic mega draft? On the top here with Dalton, we've got a pretty fast cycle, right? Lots of 2 elixir, 3 elixir cards. The bottom here with Wilson, he's got a pretty aggressive deck, if I would say so. We've got a Miner here and of course Witch. The thing with Mega Draft though that is really interesting is, you know, there are no Evos, right? And sometimes Evos can really make or break a game. For me personally, and you guys probably saw in the other video, an Evo Witch, I feel like that's just super broken and everything else, right? So let's take a look. Dalton's got 2 more cards to pick and so does Wilson. We've got the Moving Cannon, which I think is a really interesting Mega Draft pick. I personally never really play that card unless I'm kind of forced to. But yeah, let's keep going. We've got like a pretty decent... Oh! And Dalton picks the Sparky. Wow. Okay, I always find that interesting when it's played in a Mega Draft or tournament just because I think it's super hit or miss, right? You can either kill it with a Sparky and if it lands on the tower, you're basically at a huge advantage. But if you put a Sparky down and it never makes it to the tower or anything, you've kind of wasted like 6 elixir, right? I wonder what Dalton's going to pick for his last card. It's going to be the Prince. I wonder if that was a random pick. I don't know. Let's wish them both good luck. I think they're going to turn off their emojis from now on. And let's get into it. These two wall breakers to start, splitting at the bridge. What are we going to do here? Moving Cannon and a Zap. Interesting. So that was a 7. Honestly, that was a 7 elixir versus a 2. Luckily, we have a Tesla from Wilson to take care of the Ram Rider. But unfortunately, that Goblin Barrel is going to get basically half his tower just because he used that Zap on that wall breaker earlier. So I would say that's really good calculation on Dalton's part. All right. Bit of a painful start for Wilson here, but you know, it's never too late. Even if you've had a bad start, you can still come back. There we go with the Zappy going down on the left lane. How is Wilson going to defend that? I would say a very good play with the Witch because the Sparky is just going to take care of the skeletons one by one, and she's going to spawn a lot while going to the bridge. We're also keeping the Sparky on the other side, making sure it doesn't cross over and have a chance to stay in range, and we use the Fireball to finish it off. We've got the Moving Cannon here with the P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A gets a bit distracted, but it did kill the Witch in the end, so that's a bit unfortunate. And we have the Little Prince getting perfectly taken out while it takes out the cannon as well. All right. We've got 8 cards played by both players here. We're missing 2 cards being played by Wilson. And we've got a Ram Riding going down. Does he have a Tesla in cycle? Yes, he does. And he's going to zap that? No, he's going to Berserker it. All right. 1,000 health points left on Wilson's left tower. Berserker going the right. Miner to shield. Let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to get distracted with the Knight in the middle. It's going to get bombed right there. Berserker is going to die though, and Miner I don't think is going to make it over. Is Wilson going to attempt a King Tower activation with this Firecracker going down in the middle? Yes, he is, but Firecracker unfortunately dies before then and does get a hit on the right. We're shifting over to the right side now. Wilson is moving to push on the right. Sparky, Fireball, killing the Prince, or not killing the Prince, but getting most of the Prince's health down. Zap to finish it off. P.E.K.K.A is unfortunately going to get 2 hits on the tower, making both of Wilson's towers around the 1000 health mark, which is a bit unfortunate. We do have a Sparky going down, Ram Rider, and a Goblin Barrel, and Wall Breakers. My goodness, we do zap the Goblin Barrel, but unfortunately that's just not enough. I think that's tower on the left, and we have to do an emergency fireball to get rid of that clump over there on the left side. Wilson is saying good game. I think we can feel who's the winner of this bracket here. We got a Sparky coming down, 5, 6, 7, whatever. What am I saying? And that is the bracket here. Everyone can see. Congratulations to Dalton from North America for winning bracket number 3 of the Challenger Tournament in this Mega Draft Showdown. Very big thank you to Wilson for applying and playing. I think you both played great. And I hope to see you guys later in bracket number 4. Alright everyone, welcome officially to bracket number 4 of the Challenger Tournament here. At the top, we've got Jellybean. He's got 6,600 trophies and playing for less than 1 year from North America. And at the bottom here, we've got Guardian. He is also from North America. He's got 6,200 trophies and is to be playing around 2 years. And so, like I said earlier in this video, you've got a mix of 9,000 trophies, 8,000 trophies, 7,000, and now 6,000. So it's awesome just to see the difference in 1,000 trophies and how that plays out. We've got a classic Mega Knight at the bridge here coming from Jellybean, being very aggressive. And does not make it on the tower. It takes out the guard shields, but ooh, Guardian still gets a slap on the face from the Mega Knight. Pulls it into the middle, but it does get taken out before it hits for the King Tower activation. We've got an Executioner here. We've got a really aggressive deck from Jellybean in my opinion. He's got Mega Knight, P.E.K.K.A, Bats, Evil Archers, Evil X, and Vines. So it's really, I would say, like a mini beatdown deck because it's not too heavy since you don't have like a huge P.E.K.K.A with the Mega Knight, but it's still pretty aggressive. The Wizard's Evo Shield is going to take out that P.E.K.K.A really well. And let's see if it gets any damage over there. We still have 3 mystery cards from Guardian and 2 mystery cards from Jellybean. We're still pretty early into the game, but that Wizard definitely took out a lot of the tower for Jellybean. I didn't even notice what was going on. This was just like bracket 1 with Kenny CR and John, but look at Guardian's like left tower. Insane. And look at that. We've got an RG going down for Guardian. Let's say if he can use this card to get back into the game. We've got about 1 minute left before we go into overtime. We've got a Boss Bandit over here. Gonna take its shots. But it is good that the guards do have their shields, and so it takes a little bit out of her ability to hit them. Valkyrie is probably going to clean it up, and finally it steps 1 foot back in to get hit by the Princess Towers. We do have the Evo X and Golem from Guardian. Wow. Very interesting to play that in the Challenger Tournament in the 6,000 trophy range. I think that's very interesting. Evo X is going to get pulled in. That's a King activation from Guardian. Amazing play. And now he is only around 500 points away from evening it out on the field. But we do have a bit of an aggressive push over here on the left. What are we going to do with that Mega Knight? RG gets a bunch of hit points. And unfortunately, Guardian missed that Vines over there on the right with the mini P.E.K.K.A. Valkyrie is doing work on that Mega Knight, so it's no longer a threat. But now we do have the Evil Executioner being distracted by the Golem. But it's too far away. Oh, there we go. Now it gets hit by the Princess Tower. What is Jellybean going to do to defend this Golem that is coming down very, very quickly on the right lane? We've got an RG Golem combo. Oh my goodness. This might be game for Guardian right into overtime. And wow, the final card being a fireball to wrap it all together. Congratulations to Guardian for moving it on to the next round. And thank you so much to Jellybean for playing. This was crazy. What a successful sneaky Golem final fireball. Oh my gosh, insane. Congratulations to Guardian. Alright everyone, well, I hope you enjoyed bracket 1 to 4 of the Challenger Tournament. This was so exciting, and I want to say a big congratulations to Kenny, Crab, Delton, and Guardian for making it into round number 2. And thank you so much to all the other players that played your heart out for this tournament but did not make it through. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch coming up in the near future that you can participate in. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tournament video, which will be the Elite Bracket 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bye!